Hey buddies, it's Dylan and welcome to episode 4 of Sealed Only. As you guys can see, I have new posters in the back. You know, the other ones weren't working out that well. Anyways, I said last week that was the last week we are going to open up only Secret Slayers. And I wasn't lying. We are going to open up about 3 packs of Secret Slayers first, and that'll determine what we open up next. Now, before we do that, we've got some special stuff to open. We're going to open up our first actual sealed packs. We've got 2 packs of OTS 13. One of these packs is for entering the tournament last week, and the second one is for opening up or entering the tournament this week. So we've got these 2 to open. I was trying to figure out how to show you guys, but I'm just going to open it up like using the webcam right here. Whatever, you guys can deal with it. Alright, OTS 13. This is my first OTS pack opening. Or OTS 13 opening, and this is the first actual product that we've opened up for this series. So, first card, Dimensional Prison, Formula Synchron, and Spiral Gear Drone. Very nice. We might actually use the Formula Synchron and the Dimensional Prison if we pull Needle Fiber. So, that means we're probably going to open up some Dual Overload. Okay, and second pack of OTS 13. We've got Ultimaya Zilkin. Very nice. We might use that as well, depending on if we get the right cards. Floodgate Trap Hole, another nice card, and a Junk Speeder. So that's what we pulled this week. That's all going to go into our little Excel folder to make sure we know what we have. And yeah. That's our first OTS pack openings, so we should hopefully get another pack next week. I'm not sure if I'll be getting it for next week or the week after that, but we'll see. Anyways, on to the pack openings. So we've got Secret Slayers here. We're going to open up 3 of these. I think 3 is a safe number to pick for now, and then we'll open up other stuff. Probably open up Dual Overload, probably open up Dual Power. I think those are the 2 that we're going to open up this week. So we will see. Maybe we'll open 4 of these and then 3 of each of the other ones. But yeah, let's see what we pull. Let's hopefully get another Golden Lord. And first pack, we got another Leonite. That's nice. I actually think Leonite is one of the only things that we need on here. That is our 3rd copy of Leonite. And yeah, I was not wrong. The only cards that we didn't have 3 of here were a Unizombie and Leonite. So we've got 3 copies of those now. On to the next pack. Okay, Solemn Judgment. I think we got a playset of Solemn Judgment last week, did we not? Yeah, so that was our 2nd copy of Cyclamen and our 3rd copy of Kanzashi. Okay, 3rd pack. Probably the last Secret Slayers pack that we're going to open. Man, that was not good. Okay, and in this pack, that was our final copy of Raptite, final copy of Rika Sheet, and our final copy of Miracle Fertilizer, and we had the other 2. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Okay, so we have moved on to Dual Overload. In here, we can get cards like Needle Fiber for our Formula Synchron that we just got. We could also use it to summon out some of the other Adamantipator cards. We could also get things like Union Carrier and just other good generic supports like that. We could also get Infinite Permanence, but we could also get that in Dual Power, so yeah. We're gonna open up probably 3 of these and then 4 Dual Power. Anyways, let's get right into it. First pack. Hey, we got a Needle Fiber on our first try. That's pretty cool. Pack score 1 million. Other than that, it's okay. We got a Terraform, but I think we already had that. Mystical Space Typhoon, it's okay. White Mare, not gonna use. DDD, not gonna use. Actually, we might use White Mare. And nice, we got the Needle Fiber. That's actually really cool. Okay, next pack. Ooh, we got Almirage. That actually isn't too bad. That will help us in certain scenarios, but other than that, these cards aren't really that great. Maybe Saravis, but yeah, win some, you lose some. Okay, and 3rd pack of Dual Overload. That was kind of a lackluster opening. We really aren't going to use anything here. Maybe the MST will go on our side, but let's not get that far. Okay, so we've opened up 3 packs of Secret Slayers and 3 packs of Dual Overload. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open up 3 packs of Dual Power, and then we're going to figure out what our last pack is going to be. Okay, here it is, Dual Power. So, pack number 1. No. Okay, let's move on to pack number 2. Hey, we got Sphere Mode. That's not the worst card to get in here. I guess that'll be another side deck option for us. Okay, now on to our quote-unquote final pack of Dual Power. No. I mean, we got Carded Demise, but come on, we're not playing Carded Demise one bit. Okay, so I really don't know which pack to open up last. Do I open up one more Dual Overload or one more Dual Power? So I'm going to flip a coin. I've got a little Pokemon coin right near Pikachu's tail, Pikachu's head, and we're going to flip it. So heads, we are going to open up another Dual Overload, and tails, we're going to open up another Dual Power. So let's see. And it is heads, so we're going to open up another Dual Overload. Okay, so our last pack of the week, and it is going to be another pack of Dual Overload. So let's see if we can get something. And we got Union Carrier. Wow, that's not too bad. Union Carrier is definitely a good Link monster. Can we utilize it right now? But still, I'm glad that we have that in our arsenal now. So, I'm going to get all these cards properly indexed, then I'm going to mess around with our main deck, and I will show you guys what we're going to be playing this week. So after taking a look at all the cards that we opened, this is what I scrapped together for today. So what we did was we removed the 2 copies of Rock Bombardment, and in its place we added the 1 copy of Terraforming and the 3rd copy of Adamantipator Crystal Raptite. For our side deck, we added in the 2 Mystical Space Typhoon and the 1 copy of Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere Mode, and then we added in our 3rd Leonite, the Halqifibrax, the Almirage, and the Union Carriers. So that is... Ooh, actually, I just forgot something. Let's add in the Formula Synchron as well. I forgot, I have the cards right in front of me, and I forgot about all of these. So let's take a quick look at these again. You know what? Why not? Just because we have them, we're going to throw a Floodgate Trap Hole in the side, as well as a Dimensional Prison. There we go. So that is officially the deck that we are going to be playing this week. The tournament starts in about 10 minutes. So good luck on me, and I'll see you guys after the tournament. Okay guys, so we just wrapped up the tournament. We played 4 rounds, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I think we did pretty good. Let's start with round 1. Round 1, we played against Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup. Anyways, we got to go first, but we didn't get to do anything. As you see, we activate Laptite. I'm still trying to learn the best way to use Laptite. So we played against Abyss Actors, and honestly, I've never seen Abyss Actors actually played. All I knew is that Curtain Racer was a card that Pendulums used. But, yeah, I was very confused at how things were going, but it seemed like he couldn't make game. I don't know if Abyss Actors have a way to make game. We went into Leonite, used the effect, added Seeker. I kept forgetting to put stuff on the bottom. Like, that's actually the biggest issue I have with playing Adamantipator's, is I keep forgetting to put the stuff that I banish on the bottom of the deck. One of the things I started doing, as you guys will see throughout the rounds, is when I have Laputite and I use Laputite effect to stack, I tend to just put the cards that I really want in the 5, and then I try to put, like, the other 2 copies of the field spell, and then maybe one of the trap cards as the other cards, so that I'm not sending every card that I need to the bottom of the deck. Does that make sense? I don't know, you tell me. Oh yeah, we utilized Halky Fibrax. As you guys see, we got all 3 synchros out. I thought that was pretty cool. Although he broke it pretty easily. Man, even though we got all 3 of them out, it wasn't the best. The way that I described this deck to the rest of the force was, it's pretty much like regular Adamanticators without any finishers. So we're all starters and no finishers. Like the best, we end on a Needle Fiber in the extra monster zone, and we can make a couple synchros here and there. So yes, it's still definitely not a good deck, but we are getting promising results. We're able to do certain plays. I guess it's just because I didn't play against any like super meta decks, but you guys will see I did play against Salamangreat later on. This is me using Lapitite. I still don't know how to properly use Lapitite. Here, I made sure all 5 were monsters so that I could bounce back pretty much his entire field, but then that means that I don't have anything near the top. But I had the Terraforming, which shuffled my deck, and I didn't realize that Lapitite is not a hard once per turn. So I was able to stack it all again, made sure I knew what I was getting at the beginning of the next turn. Although it doesn't really matter, because this card right here, the Comic Relief, is actually super annoying. He basically just takes anything that I want. And he does some... yeah, it's just... It's not a fun time. I did enjoy playing against this guy. He wasn't the worst person to play against. It was just interesting. I've never played against Abyss Actors, and as you guys can tell, I was not doing well against Abyss Actors. Him having my Dragite was scary, although I don't think he could use the negate effect since he only has lights, but it was just still scary having that 3k beater on field. So I think, were those the 2 games? Yeah. I get to go first, and as you guys can see, I'm setting Analyzer and then like 4 of the other Spell of Traps. When I summon Analyzer, he then activates Sanctum, so I'm left with just the 2 of them on my field. But I had a Solemn Judgment, which helps in the long run. Just attacks with Sight. This is where I guess he kind of misplays, is because he goes for Superstar effect before going into battle phase, which means I was able to destroy it with Guardian. You guys can see it's not going well for me. At this point, I don't even know what he's doing. All I know is that I am losing, because my 2 face downs were pretty much useless. So yeah, that was round 1. Let's move into round 2. We played against Salamangreat, I believe. This is Salamangreat. I went set, overload, pass. And yeah, so then I go into overload when he goes into Balinx. Probably should have done in Jack Jaguar, but that's a matter of opinion. Then I overloaded again. He didn't know how to banish the cards using Desire, so I just told him that I wouldn't look at what he banished. Which I didn't. I was a good boy, but I'm looking at it now. He tries to attack my face down, but ends up losing 400 life points because it's a rock. He starts doing a bunch of shenanigans, shuffles my back row, and then is finally able to attack over my rock and pass his turn. I just set another rock and pass. I have a playset of each of the rocks, and I feel like it's necessary for me to have them in there at this time, but it's also such a brick if I just keep opening rocks, because you want all these rocks, but you don't want to see any of them in your hand necessarily, unless you have something like Doki Doki. So as you guys see here, I went Doki Doki, discard a Seeker for Researcher, and then Researcher milled another Doki Doki, which I couldn't use. Union Carrier, added the Analyzer back to hand, added the Seeker and the Researcher, so I'm set for next turn. Summon the Analyzer with the Dragite. I'm trying to figure out how to get everything into place, because I'm just doing stuff. I'm just spamming out cards and seeing what fits. So I stack my deck before using Leonite effect so I can grab signs, allowing me to reborn some monsters. Reborn the Analyzer, go into the Dragite. So this is, looking back, this was an illegal move, and it is solely my fault. It didn't make too much of a difference, but if you guys saw, I used the Leonite effect to revive Dragite, but I didn't have a fire engraved. The fire was on the field, so that was a little bit of a misplay on my end. It didn't make too much of a difference. I drew a D prison that I just set, so it didn't really affect much. I used Leonite effect to grab Raptite. I think that was the only thing I could grab. Yeah, there was a second Raptite. Attack his face down and attack for 2400. Then I reveal the Raptite for Guardian. Set a Solemn Judgment, activate Leonite effect again, adding the Laputite this time. I definitely need to get more of the tuners. Like I said, I only have 1 Analyzer, 2 Researcher, and 3 Seeker. Hopefully I can get 3 of all those. And there we go. That was me winning my first round in the Sealed Only series. I had actually won not just a single match, but I won an entire round. I was pretty ecstatic. I guess the rest of the buddy force was in a different group chat while I was dueling, and when I finished, I reported my winning, and they were all freaking out by the time that I had gone into their group chat. On to game 3, we play against the Darkest Truth. He's been featured in these tournaments before. He's the one that plays trap tricks. As you can see, he got to go first and does the, I guess, generic trap trick plays, if that's a thing. Believe it or not, this is enough to stop me dead in my tracks. Not really able to do much once he activates Redoer. He goes into the Saryuja and ends on the Saryuja Dionea, not able to do game. And as you can see, we're having a little bit of fun in the chat here. Instead of erasing my life points, actually I just started typing in chat to see if he'd notice, and then he was saying, I swear YouTube, I won't cheat. Please flame him, not me. He's the judge. You should catch this cheating. Because he is the one who's been doing a lot of misplays in, or illegal moves in this tournament, like summoning out a Block Dragon off of the Earth Charmer and things like that, or using Sarah effect twice in the last episode. So I opened up Laputite, set to normal Guardian pass. When he tries to use Xyz, I use the Guardian. And then when he goes for the Arborea, I actually activate Floodgate Trap Hole, which is one of the cards we got in our OTS, and he said that it messed him up a bit, and I can sort of tell by that. I do Mime Turn, able to get Seeker and Dragite out. Go into the Leonite. Activate Laputite effect first to stack my deck, and then I grab the Researcher, shuffling the rest back. Then I summon out the Researcher. Researcher effect special summon out the Fire one so that I can actually use his effect, because I don't think I had a Fire yet. Yeah, and then I go into Needle Fiber, go into the Dragite. Dragite's definitely the best one. It has the most attack, and it has probably the best effect, but you guys already knew that. Then I just attack one of his monsters. I wasn't really able to do much, but I'm glad that I had the Spell and Trap negate, especially against this deck. Although, it doesn't really matter here because he ends up just destroying them. I go into the Formula Synchron, but I didn't realize that Formula Synchron would have missed timing. I had never actually read Formula Synchron properly, but this is all my fault. Like I said, I'm still trying to learn this deck and the effects that go through it, because honestly, other than doing these sealed onlys, I'm not actually playing that much Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of filming, but I still enjoy the game and I'm trying to learn, so forgive me if I make a couple misplays or if I don't exactly know how I'm supposed to activate certain cards. Like you guys saw in the last episode, I tried to wait until my opponent's main phase to activate Leonite, but then he activated Sphere Mode, which didn't let me, so yeah, still trying to learn. He's pretty much destroyed me here, because then he does Researcher and then sets those two down again. I activate Laputite. He's got Imperial Order, so he's pretty much locked me out, because I know anything that I special summon, he'll shuffle again. He has that to do 2,000 to me in case we go into time, and he's got Order to negate all my spells. So that was round 3. I took the L. Fun game talking to him, though. But lastly, we go into our final round, and we played against the one, the only Nurseburn. Nurseburn was actually the first deck that I made when I got back into the game competitively, after like playing it as a kid and actually wanting to play it again. Nurseburn was the first deck I played. I pretty much knew how this matchup was gonna go. I got to go first. He had no interruptions. I'm doing some pretty good stuff, if you don't mind me saying. I felt pretty happy and pretty confident with the plays I was making. I activate the Researcher effect before sending it to grave, special summoning the Dragite. And at this point, I'm just trying to figure out which paths to take. I go Raptite, special summon the Overload, go into Dragite, set 1, pass. So I've got the thing to stop his summon. I actually did something kind of silly here, and I want you guys to actually help me with a ruling, because I'm not sure how this is supposed to go. So let's actually pause here. In this scenario, I should have used Overload to send the Witch. That would have made things a lot more simple. Also, I want to know something about Adamancipator Relief. So it says tribute any number of Adamancipator monsters, then target cards on the field equal to that number plus 1, destroy them. And I was trying to figure out whether or not you were allowed to activate Relief without tributing any monsters and then just pop 1 card. But I was a little too skeptical about whether or not that actually worked, because then it'd just be a free +1, so, or a free destruction. So when I actually use it, I do tribute a monster just because I wasn't sure about the semantics. So as you guys can see, I tribute the Raptite, and I destroy 2 of his cards. I think it was a gift card that I destroyed. Yeah, it was a gift card. Oh yeah, I think we're back. There was like a weird glitch here. It wouldn't, it froze up on me, so I'm actually just going through and rewatching this again. Hopefully it's fixed this time. As you guys can see, I used Dragite's effect to bounce back the 4, and he basically scoops once I have enough for game. Going into game 2, he goes first, activates Banishment, adding the Nurse, Normal's Nurse, sets 3, and a Mystic Mine. He activates 2 gift card here. I was terrified, because whenever you see Nurse and 3 set cards, you pretty much assume that you've lost. And I thought I lost, but we'll see. So I go in for the attack, but he activates Lance stopping me from destroying his Reficule, and I end up taking more damage. But luckily, because of his Mystic Mine, he was unable to attack. I then go into Dragite, and since we have the same amount of monsters, I'm technically allowed to attack, but then I just end up bouncing both of them. Stack my deck with Laputite, and attack for 35. Past turn, he activates Desires, draws 2, activates Nurse and Mystic Mine, doesn't realize that Mystic Mine's supposed to get destroyed, but then he activates Path of Destiny, and I just negate it with Dragite. Just keep doing more Adamancipator plays, I guess. I've been able to bounce the 2 of his cards, and now this is just a matter of me getting damage on game, which it is already here. And I think once I put these away, he understands that this is pretty much game. Yeah. So there we go. We 2-0'd our last opponent, which means we went X2. Now, the way that the Fusion Gaming Online tournaments work is that as long as you get 2 wins, regardless of the amount of rounds, as long as you get 2 wins, you get prizing. Now, when you get 2 wins, prizing is just you get your entry back, but this is our first time actually winning in a tournament. We won 2 out of 4 rounds. We won 50% of the rounds, and we got prizing because of it, which is just the $6 Canadian that we paid to get in. So we basically get a free OTS pack. But guys, we did it. That is our first ever, like, victory top. I don't know what you want to call it, but I am so excited. This is us popping the victory cherry that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only Hard Mode. Okay, so one last look at the deck before we head on out. There's actually one change I'm going to make in front of you guys right now, which I feel like we should have done before, is take out these Galaxy Cyclones and put in the MSTs. MSTs are much more versatile, and the Galaxy Cyclones just obviously suck if we end up going first, but luckily the MSTs can work both ways. And that's pretty much it. That's our deck as of this week. And next week we'll be opening up some more product. Hopefully we can get more finishers. So we'll probably open up stuff like Rising Rampage, hopefully get an Appaloosa, open up, I don't know, Hero's Revenge, get a Boral Sword, just more firepower, because right now that's definitely what we are lacking. We don't really have like any ending board kind of stuff. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. This is our first like quote-unquote win of the series. I'm so excited. Popped the victory cherry. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.